Good morning and welcome, guys, to this installment. We're looking at one of my favorite games of all times, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I'm sure most of you have heard of the Heroes of Might and Magic series, and number 3 is by far my favorite, largely because of the fact that it has a random map generator. And so the replayability is just amazing. I've probably played that game for more than a decade, and it just doesn't get old. But a really cool new thing we're looking at today is Heroes of Might and Magic 3 HD Plus. Now, HD Plus is a fan-made add-on for the game. You have to have Heroes of Might and Magic 3 already. So it is not an officially supported function. I will post a link of where to go get the add-on, but I think it's well worth it. It doesn't cost you anything, but I think it really, really improves on the overall playability and just excitement about the game. First thing is it comes with a launcher, and so you can see here, unlike the regular Heroes 3, which doesn't have a launcher, the launcher gives you the ability to run Heroes 3 in a window instead of kind of full screen mode constantly, which has its own issues, especially on Windows, where the game would crash if your computer went to sleep, various things like that. And so it allows you to run and control the size of the window, etc., for just an overall better experience, especially if you just tend to leave it running. Um, so from the launcher, we can go right into Heroes, and you'll see some new updated graphics. So the splash page is showing one of the new creature types. We'll get to the creature types. You can see there's two of the new creature types, this one being the sea serpent. Um, but a couple other things that are also very cool. If you look at starting a new game and you do a random map, which is what I usually do, you'll see a couple new things. There's some new map sizes. So the original Heroes of Might and Magic 3 supported small, medium, large, and extra large maps with underground. We now have huge, extra huge, and ginormous as well. So that really extends on the size of the map and therefore the duration of the campaign that you can run. The same number of human or computer players can be chosen. No changes there at all, but there are some new types. So if we go to advanced top types, we'll take a look. All the original towns are there: castles, ramparts, towers, infernos, necropolises, dungeons, strongholds, fortresses. But there are, and the conflicts, but there are two new ones. The Cove, and we'll come and take a look at the Cove in particular. And then also the factory. So the Cove is your pirate cove. So think of anything pirate related, probably that's what's going to be in there. And a factory is more high tech. And so think of your automatons, your mechanics, your tinkers. That's going to be in there. And we'll take a look at a factory in another episode. So let's start with the Cove and get right to it. We do get this pop up on the random generator about tournament rules. I don't believe this actually does anything. I haven't noticed a difference when I check it. I would think something like tournament rules might mean no saving. Therefore, you couldn't save and restore if you lost a battle or didn't like how the last turn turned out. But I just don't know what that one does. So we'll create our random map and we'll have a quick take a look at Pirate Coves. There are two new type of characters for Pirate Cove. First is a navigator. And you can think of a navigator as just a magic user type. And so we're starting out with one of those. And we'll go into the Cove and take a look at what the other type is. Again, all new graphics for this type because it's a brand new type. We have another navigator, so we're getting two options of navigator. The second type is actually called a captain. I'll see if it'll give us one. So we've got two navigators now. And nope, giving us the old characters. But there's two types, navigators and captains. Captains are your battle types, offensive, armor, that sort of thing. If we look at what you can build in a cove, you're going to have the same on the first couple levels. Town halls, citadels, castles, etc. Blacksmiths, level 2, you're going to have all the same things. You'll have the mage guild, the marketplace, and then a couple other additions. Because we're not on the water, we can't do a shipyard. And then we get into the creature types. The creature types for the Cove are pretty cool. They go from the lower level, level 1 creatures, the nymph, and the shack is a seaman, so just a crew member. And then the level 2 creatures, we have pirates, and we have storm birds. You can think of storm birds similar to the thunderbirds, just the perhaps weaker cousin of the thunderbirds. Um, but they're also, again, a flying creature type. And then the level 4 creatures, Tower of the Seas is going to produce magic wielding witches, and the Nyx Fort is a lizard type man. Um, Now, for these level 4s, I would say that the witch is similar to the wizards um, in the other town type, but much stronger. And the Nyx Fort lizard men are probably about the same power and toughness as a Dark Knight is in the Necropolis. And then the level 5 creature available here is going to be the Sea Serpents. The Sea Serpents are fast. They do have a venom bite. Um, and so we'll hopefully get to those fairly quickly and have a look. So let's get started and see what else we see. So the first thing we always do, just part of our strategy, is very quickly try to get your town hall to a capital because money is everything. And we'll just take these creatures because that's what we need. A couple little things. You can just click if you want to buy. You don't have to go into. So there's two ways to buy the creatures that are in a village. One, you can click on the castle, see how many troops are available to buy, and then you could just click one and buy it. There's this method. Um, the other method is you can just click directly in the pictures and buy that way. So we're going to take one guy as our main guy and go touring around. And the first thing I want to do is just get my levels quickly. So we're going to quickly hit levels. And let's get our wood and get our iron ore as quickly as possible. You've got to get those base resources right away because without them, you're going to struggle to build anything. So just try to get and find them right away. Fortunately for us, they're right here, right by our town. Sometimes you have to fight creatures to get to it. Fortunately for us, that hasn't had to be the case. And so all we do is for the first round, I like to just avoid fights for the first round and just build as much as possible. And what we like to do is build in a very specific order to get to your capital level as quickly as possible. So all I'm doing is using these guys as collectors and just running around collecting everything I can. Now, I find that money becomes fairly easy later down the road. And so I personally find that using experience for the first couple of characters, getting them to a decently mid-level, level 10, as quickly as possible, is more valuable at the beginning of the game than the money. So that's why I choose experience usually to try to give them some better skills right away. And again, the strategy for getting quickly to a capital is you need to build certain things in advance. So the first thing, obviously, is getting to the city hall. To do a city hall, you can just right-click on it, and it'll tell you you need the Mage Guild, the Marketplace, and the Blacksmith. So those are the first things we try to get. We very quickly get through them. So if you go there again, we did the Marketplace. Now we need the Blacksmith, and as you can see, because we did the Marketplace, now if I right-click on City Hall, it tells me all I need now is the Blacksmith. So get the Blacksmith, get it done. You can only build one a turn, so don't forget to do it. Um, Otherwise, you will be regretful. So you can see here, I'd have to fight if I go this way. So I'm just going to go this way. There's lots of money and stuff over here. Let's go get that money and just start collecting. You can see there's a fair bit of stuff that I'm just able to collect right away without getting into any fights. And we're coming on to the end of the week soon. So come the end of the week, before we do our first fight, we'll be able to stock up on whatever creatures are available, and then try to throw those all into the same character to do that. Now let's just keep going. Oh, he could have went this way. Well, no, he couldn't. So let's not go there. You can see now I can build the city hall. Now that I've built the city hall, you can see to get to a capital, I need a castle. And the only way to get to a castle is to get to a citadel first and then to a castle. We've met all the requirements. The only thing you need is money and resources. So let's get that citadel. And then you can see here, next round I'll need 5,000 gold, 10 and 10. I've got those. So we should be golden. Let's get our characters in position. This is going to be my main character. So let's get him back here where he can pick up men and go from there. And we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait it out. I don't want to do any battles. Not yet. I'm just going to wait it out until next round and go from there. Boom. So we got our population growth. Let's pick up our capital because again, that's what you want. It still leaves us money to pick up troops. So let's pick up those troops. Fully loaded. Let's get our spells in case we haven't. Look at that, magic arrow. And then let's hit the weak creatures first. So let's hit these nymphs. Now, a couple of things that are like about this new interface. The battles. You can see here, it just did the battle automatically for me. It will automatically do the battle. But if you don't like the result of that battle, you can click this button down here, the cancel button, and actually do the fight yourself. Now, what I find is if you let the computer do the battle itself, it doesn't use any of your spell points. It doesn't use your spells. So this is fine if you're losing weak creatures and you're relatively okay with the result. Maybe I'm not okay with this result. You can see I lost 15 nymphs. They lost all their men, but maybe I don't want to lose those 15 nymphs. So in that case, I'll go into the battle mode because I know I've got spells and I know that with these spells, there's no way I'm going to lose this many men. So, and maybe my strategy is make them come to me. Don't let them get to my nymphs. And so that's an option. As you can see. Two seamen instead of 15 nymphs. I think that's the better result, personally. So I'm going to take that and go for there. Now, he's going to go up here and get some things. The nymphs are fairly weak too. They're also level 1 creatures. So I'm going to hit all the level 1 creatures. He's the level 1 creature. The orc's a level 1 creature. The zombie's a level 1 creature, though it's a little bit stronger. These are all level 1 creatures. So why not? Whereas this individual, he just continues to be a collector. He might as well go hit these mystical gardens, pick up some more money, and that's it, and then head back to the castle. And at this stage, we're able to just build more unit types. So let's get ourselves a frigate. This is going to give us pirates. We like pirates. Let's get the pirates. Keep on going. Let's do a few more rounds. You can wait here. He'll pick up those pirates and deliver them later. Let's keep going. See, in this case, this is the same. I don't let them run away. I want the experience, at least at the beginning anyway. I'll perhaps let them go further in the game. Again, go for the experience. Just get that experience. Keep leveling. That's what you want to do. All right, and let's take a look at these storm birds. So now we've got some storm birds. Let's take a look at those. You can see their speed is very fast. They've got a pretty decent health number of 30, and their damage is good. Their attack and defense skills are also pretty good. So we're just going to pick these guys up. He's going to deliver them to the other character and go from there. Because he's going to be our main guy until he gets to level 10. We want to get him leveled up as much as possible, give him all the benefits. There's another thing I wanted to give him. There we go, give him that, and then go for it. I'm not going to lose those storm birds. It's too soon in the game to do that. But let's make them come to us and see what happens. Number one, protect your archers. Any archer type ranged units tend to be much better, so I like to protect them. Use my spells. Let's make them get closer. Maybe I can get within range and not suffer a penalty. Let's find out. Yes, that's better. Now you can get right in there, take one out. And then get back. Let me just wait. The other unit will take a long time to get to us, so no need to rush. No losses. That's what I like to see. Go get some more money. And that's it. That's all it takes. Just keep playing like this. Again, what you should try to do is get all of the first level of each building before you upgrade. Again, try to get the position of being able to get the strongest unit types. And then one strategy that you can employ if you only have so much money to buy units, buy the strongest units first. That's generally the strategy that I like. I'm going to have some other episodes on here that are a little further into the game where I can share with you some of the strategies that I like to employ for the different type of characters there are, um, where you pretty consistently win the game every time. But it's still fun. I like it. All right, check back soon.